In this film we're going to look at using the Lenz LS150 Accessory decoder with the Lenz SET100 here. The LS150 is cleverly designed so that it will take power from a separate transformer, 3 amp TR100 in this case. This means that you're not draining relatively expensive track power, DCC track power, to drive point motors. All you're receiving from the unit is the instructions. The power is being taken from the transformer. It also gives it a little bit more power to deal with some of the tougher point motors out there on the market. Now, my demonstration is using the Fleischmann point motors. It's a track range that I really like. The motors are very low energy. So let's have a quick look. Already wired in 3 points. And that's them all operating off this decoder. Right, so from the factory the decoder is programmed as DCC switching addresses 1 through 6. The first useful thing to know about switching addresses is that they are not the same as loco addresses. This means that you can use number schemes that are concurrent, so that you can run loco address 1 with point switch 1. There's no conflict there at all. So to switch accessory addresses, you press the F button and scroll around until you get SW on the screen and enter. So switch number 1, enter, and then the plus and the minus keys switch them. So minus is one direction, plus is another. And when you're building a layout, it's worth using a convention so that all your point motors operate in the same way, so it makes it quicker to use. So we tend to wire them up so that minus is the straight through, straight away, and plus is the curved position. So on the screw terminals where the point motor comes in, you've got the 2 sides of the motor, and in the middle you've got the common return. If the motor's switching the wrong way, then just swap over the 2 minus and plus, and you'll see which one's being powered. Okay, so we can escape out of there and go back to the loco driving screen. There's also a shortcut to get to the switching menu, so if we press F then 5, it will take you directly to the switching menu, and then you can just go in and enter your switch number and change it. If you want to move to a no switch number, then press CL for clear, put another one in, so that's off there. Programming the unit is really simple as well. So if we get the switching menu up and put in the first address that you want the 6 to be, so I'll go to the next block, so say switch number 7 and enter, and if I press and hold that button there until the LED comes on and send the command 7, now we have programmed the unit, so that's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. If we want to use a different number, we can go into the switching menu. Let's start at block number 25 and then send that command. See the LED goes out, and now it programmed 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So it's really quick and easy to program, and once it's programmed it will keep those addresses until you program it again with the button. Some people may have noticed that I'm using the German language screens for all my demonstrations. I find that slightly easier because it's exactly, all these pictures are in the manual, so I'll put it into the English language. So if we press F, and we'll go to the system menu, SYS, enter, sys number 1, set number 2, and then we change that, you get nationality US and enter. If we escape out, you'll notice that L has become E for engine, and in the menus the switching one has now become ST. So switch turnout, I suppose, as opposed to switch Viken, which is the German, or Viken. Excuse my pronunciation. One nice feature of the switching menu is that you can still control the locomotive while you're in there. So I'll set up my route and then drive the Atlantic through. Park him up. I can clear the point behind him. Change the point here. If I escape out to go to my new loco, get him started. So in the point menu you can still operate some of the functions. Still control of the speed. So there's much you can do. Here in Britain we're more familiar with the Pico and Hornby track ranges. They have quite large point motors and usually quite heavy over-centering springs, and this just demonstrates that the LS150 can drive those. Unit wired in there.